Hello, my dear friends. Maggie here. I'm so happy that you stopped by my channel today. Today I'm going to be doing an episode in sketches. When I first saw this collaboration or challenge hashtag, I was very intrigued by it, but I couldn't quite figure it out. But I'll talk about that in a minute. Anyway, let me start my video off by reading God's Word. He hath overcometh, he that overcometh shall inherit all things, Revelations 21:7. And they that sow in tears shall reap in joy, Psalms 126:5. Alright, so today I am going to try to do, like I said, an episode in sketches. And before we get started on that, I do want to do my shout outs. Okay, so I have Susan Gazaway, Candy from Candy's Creative Creations, Betty, Selena, Leanne Jones, Tammy, Museful Creations, Debbie, Kelly, and Christina from Scrap Craft and Stitchery. Thank you, ladies, so very much for your comments, as always. I love them. I appreciate them so very much. They do so much for me. I can't, there's not words. I know I try every day, but there's just not really adequate words to tell you how much they mean. Now, I did try changing the angle of my camera a little bit, because I do tend to pull things down towards me, and I thought this way maybe that wouldn't happen, or at least if I pull something towards me, you'd be able to see what I'm doing. So yes, I think in yesterday's video, or the video that went up this morning, I was talking a little bit about myself and talking about my daughters, and I said, oh, I think I said they both live in Michigan. Well, I just had Michigan on the brain for some reason. Both of my daughters were born in Michigan. My husband was from Michigan. He was born and raised in Michigan, as were my daughters. I was a transplant to Michigan from California after I married my husband. But both of my daughters are here in Houston, and I'm so happy that I have them here with me. So I just wanted to clarify that. Also, I was watching Margarete Miller this morning. Just a second, I've got to grab something. I'm going to walk across the room. I enjoy Margarete Miller so much. She's so talented. And she was talking about collage and giving some useful, helpful hints about collage. And she has on her channel, well, the video that I watched this morning, and I am going to try to link that video. I think I know how to do it. She has this art of vintage collage, and it's a guide that she is putting together. Just some helpful suggestions like supplies, where do you find papers, weekly assignments. I haven't really read it through. I've just glanced at it. Artist spotlight. Why do you like to use vintage ephemera and papers? Using an old postcard as a basis for collage. The thrill of the hunt. Artist. Oh, okay, that goes back with this other one. Artist spotlight, Vicki Gray. I got my pages out of order. And then she has weekly assignments. And I think those are just for practice, is what they're for. But anyway, you can download this for free from that video. And like I said, I'm going to try my best to link it. But if I'm not successful, it was in a video that was put up in the last couple of days. So if you're interested in that, because I know we do a lot of collage challenges, And so this this would be interesting to read and to pick up some tips from. Okay. The other thing is, don't forget about my giveaway. It's my 200 subscriber giveaway. It will open up this Saturday on the 13th, which is my birthday, and you need to be subscribed. And I forgot to say that you also need to be 18 years of age or older. You need to be subscribed. You need to be 18 years of age or older. And in the comment, and in the video that I put up on Saturday, you'll need to comment. If you're not somebody that comments but you want to enter, all you have to do is put in the comments happy birthday. That way I can enter those into the random picker, and we'll pick 2 winners. So that will be on Saturday. I'll leave it open until Wednesday, and I'll close. That should give everybody a chance. If you're interested in entering, should give you a chance to get to that video by then. So what else? Oh, the other day in the video that I made about when I was making my dangles, and I was talking about peanut butter because I was hungry that night, and I didn't want to tell you what I was going to eat because I was afraid you might unsubscribe from me because you'd think I was truly crazy. But anyway, so I asked people what do they like with peanut butter, and these are some of the answers that I got. Peanut butter and honey, peanut butter and celery, which are actually 2 of my favorites. Peanut butter and bacon on French toast. And this was from Candy from Candy's Crafty Creations. She said when she was pregnant for her twins, she loved peanut butter, apricot jam, sliced bananas, and chocolate syrup on white bread. Now, that is a combination for sure. And of course, peanut butter and banana is a favorite. Not my favorite, but it's a favorite of a lot of people. So I think Elvis Presley was one of them that loved peanut butter and banana. But I like peanut butter and celery, peanut butter and honey. I like peanut butter and cherry preserves. I like the all fruit ones that have the bits of fruit in them. So either cherry or blueberry, but I prefer the cherry. But when it comes to eating something when I'm hungry and I don't know what I want to eat, now please, don't hate me. It's peanut butter and Miracle Whip. Yes, Miracle Whip. Love, love, love the combination. I have been eating that since I was a small child, or sometime in my childhood. My mother must have given it to me. We didn't have a lot of money, and so I don't know, maybe that was one of the, I don't know how it came about, to tell you the truth, but I've eaten that as long as I can remember. I'm not sure if my sister liked it. I don't think she did. She's passed away. And my brother, he may like it. I need to check with him. But I love it. I really, really enjoy peanut butter and salad dressing, mayonnaise, not mayonnaise, but Miracle Whip on white bread. And not toasted or anything, just like a sandwich. Now I know you're shaking your head and thinking, but if you haven't tried it, don't knock it if you haven't tried it. It's really good. Okay? Don't unsubscribe. Please don't unsubscribe. Please don't hate me. You know, we all have our likes and dislikes, and that's the way it is. We're all human. So that was fun. I enjoyed getting those responses. So thank you guys that responded. I really do appreciate it. It was fun to read your responses, and I'll have to do another random question like that sometime. All right, so this video is not going to take very long now that I'm past all that. So this is this name of this hashtag is sketches. And this is sponsored by Trish from Crafting Whimsy. And I first heard about this from Gwen, Gwen the Trash Witch. And Gwen, I really thank you for introducing me to this. And Trish, I thank you for sponsoring it. So I wanted to give it a try, but I looked for the sketches. It's a weekly hashtag, and Trish comes out on either Sunday or Monday, I'm not sure which, and says which sketch it's going to be for that week. And you can go to this website, paperplaysketchesblogspot.com. I don't know if you can read that on here or not, but it's paperplaysketches.blogspot.com, and you can find the sketch for the week. And like I said, I had trouble at first. I don't know why, but then I found it, and so this is the sketch for this week. And the object is to take and recreate this using whatever papers you want to use, or so I attempted to do that. And this is my first. I did one off camera because I just wanted to see how it would go. So this is the first one I did. I did the two, I layered this piece of cardstock on this. It left a little border. Then I took two smaller pieces and layered them on top of each other in this fashion, kind of, off kilter. And now this should have gone up here, but because this had a title up here, I didn't want to cover it, although I could have, because they don't really, this doesn't really go with this. But I put this little label down here instead of here, and I tied it with this thin twine that I have, like this, with the three. And because it's layered on here, first I taped this down on the back, and then I glued it so that it would be, it would stay like this and be secure. Now I guess if you're a card maker, this is a wonderful, like this would make a great topper for a card. But I was thinking that these would also, not necessarily this because it's kind of small, but I was thinking that using these sketches would also help you when you're trying to design a topper for your journal cover. So I did this one in the orange colors for my orange journal. And because there's a lumpy bumpy back here, I need to back this with another piece of cardstock so it can be written on, because it's meant to be a journal card. So I've got all my pieces here to make another one. And I got this cardstock, this craft cardstock, and I pulled these out of my scrap bin down here. So I'm not going to layer this on here yet because I'll need to tie my twine around it when I get everything else glued down. So I'm going to cut a piece of twine. Hopefully this one goes as well as the first one did. Alright, so these are a little bit bigger than the other ones. The other two were. They're the same size. Yeah, they're the same size. I might cut them down just a little bit. Let me get my... Yeah, I think I'm going to cut them down just a little bit. But this is so much fun. I mean, it's really fun. Of course, I think most of these are fun. I enjoy doing them and participating. And Gwen, I really appreciate you telling me about this. And Susan, I want to thank you for alerting me that I didn't put Amy from Crafty Cats. I did not put her hashtag in correctly. And I appreciate you catching up for me and letting me know so I could fix it. I really do appreciate that. And I wanted to send out a special hello to Debbie Kelly. I got in my comment from her, she said she was feeling better, but she's got a ways to go. Yeah, poor gal. I feel so bad. So Debbie, I've been praying for you, and I'm sending you get well wishes from the bottom of my heart. She watches all my videos and always leaves a comment. As do a lot of you, and I appreciate you so much. I love every one of you. Okay, so I'm going to round these corners. So I've got my little sentiment up here, which says, be thankful, be grateful. So after I finish this video, I'm going to try to get, there's a couple of things I want to do to my signatures before I sew them in. And I want to try to, I really want to try to add some beads to the signature. I've been wanting to do that, so I thought, well, maybe I'll start with one of the fall journals if I can find some beads that I like, that I want to use. If I can't, I may wait till I do it for another signature, for another journal, but I probably will do it off camera because I've never done it before. But if I'm successful, then my next one, the orange journal, I will do it on camera. Okay. Now this is not shaped perfectly like that, but it's in the general shape. Kind of oblong and rounded. That one's more of a stretched out oval, I guess. Okay. So let's get these down on here. Now I would round these corners, all of these corners, but as you can see, they are not rounded on here. So I'm not going to round them. And this bottom piece kind of goes like this. And the top piece looks like it's more perpendicular. Maybe this needs to be just up a little bit more. This one looks like it's more in an upright position. Okay, so I'm just going to put a dot of glue on here. Gonna get those down there like that. Okay. I can finish gluing it. So yeah, I think these would be, and you can print out like a whole sheet of them, but I printed them on my phone instead of from my computer, and I don't have the best luck. So like here's this week's number 4. Now I don't know which one she's going to use next, or which one she's used, to be honest, but you can like print out a whole page of them. Or just the one that you're using. Okay, and then this kind of goes on here. This needs to be glued. This kind of goes on here like this. Like I said, this looks like it's more perpendicular. I know this is not really the way to, I don't usually do like this. Let's see, I can pull it down towards me a little bit. My arms are not very long. I'm not, so that's why I pull things towards me sometimes. Otherwise, I'm stretching my arms out and it's not comfortable. And okay, then I'm gonna put this right across here like this. So I think I told you I'll have my little 8-month, well, she's 8.5 months to be fair. She's 8.5 months. How she is able to pick the colors from red, blue, and yellow. She's now able to pick the red and the blue when she's asked to, which I think is just amazing. Of course, you know, I'm a little prejudiced, I know that. I can't help it. I mean, I'm sure that you that have grandchildren or your own children, you know, you feel the same way when they do what you think are amazing things. Oh, I need to make this a little bit longer. And from my remembrance of when I used to work with children that age, that's not a typical skill for an 8-month-old to have accomplished. But I could be wrong about that. You know, the way baby development and the study of baby development is going these days, yeah, I could be way off on that. Well, I think I should have. What am I doing wrong here, Maggie? This is not that difficult. This part is not rocket science. So I'm doing it kind of tight, almost, you can, I don't know if you can see this card bowing a little bit, because it'll straighten out. And I just went under here. And I'm not going to keep tying this till I get the perfect size. If it has to hang instead of tie, that's okay, or I can find me a little bow and put it there. So tie these together. I can make a little bow. There. And I'm going to do like I did for the other one. I'm just going to put a small piece of tape here to hold these down. I don't want a very big piece of tape, just to... I'm going to put a little dot of Fabri-Tac on that bow to keep it in place. Okay, so now all we have to do is try to center it on here. And put some glue here across this twine. Yeah, this is very fun to make. So I'm definitely going to participate in next week's as well. Because basically all you're doing is choosing your own papers and your own theme. At least I think we can choose our own theme. I wasn't real clear about that. I'm taking that for granted. Gwen's was with Marie Antoinette. So see, this is a little lumpy back here, but I think if I put another piece of cardstock on it before I put it in my journal, it will be fine. You can still write on it. I mean, you can, but that lump does make it inconvenient to write on. So here is my second one. This will go in my green journal, which I'm going to be sewing the signature in today, and this will go in my orange journal. So there you have it. This is hashtag sketches. I just want to check to see if there's anything that goes behind that. I don't think that there is, but I've missed it before. Oh, it's I did miss it. Hashtag JJ sketches. I'm going to write that down on here so I don't forget it. Hashtag JJ sketches. So if you want to head over to Crafting Whimsy, you can find the video right away. The video's right away where she talks about sketches. So this is mine for sketch, paper play sketch 004. And like I said, this is episode 97. So, very fun. I'm going to put these in my... Here I've got a bunch of my fall journal ephemera. I've still got to make some more, but I do have a jump on it, a head start. I've got this wonderful napkin that I put the glue on that I'm going to decorate a couple of pages. And my shaker cards that I made, I ended up taking the washi tape off because we know washi tape doesn't hold all that great anyway. And I ended up sewing around them because I didn't like the gap in there, and I tried to glue it, but it just wasn't working. So I took my sewing machine, and this was the first one I did, and I kind of messed it up because I just straight stitched around it, and I kept going off the edge because I was trying to stay close to the edge so I could miss the mounting tape that's in here. So then I zigzagged around it with a big zigzag, and that was a little messy too, so I went around it with another zigzag, and I kind of like the way it came out, the way it looks. And then this one, I'm going to zigzag around this one again. I only went around it once. but I want to go around it twice and make sure I do it close to the edge so it comes off the edge. I don't know if you can see the stitches here and here, but not here. So I'm going to go around it again. I think these are super cute. All right, everyone, I'm going to get off of here for now. Thank you for watching. If you like this video, please leave me a thumbs up and a comment if you have time. And if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. I'm kind of stuck at right now at 216. So I'm so happy to be there. But just press that subscribe button if you haven't. But even more important than that, give me a thumbs up and leave a comment. I love your comments so very much. All right, everyone, I'm going to say goodbye for now. And I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye. Bye, everyone.